Hey, look who's here. I'm glad y'all back, man. Let's go ahead and get started like I promised on these Halloween projects. Boo, gobble, gobble, turkey time, Thanksgiving, that we can sell this time of year and put a little jingle in our pocket. You ready to make some sawdust? Let's get rolling. All right, guys, I've got this old fence board I told you about. What I want to do is cut it into 12-inch pieces, 3 of them. So I've got a stop block set up on the other end of my miter saw so I can just push it and bump it and get one knocked out very quick. I've got like 60 of these things to build, so it's going to be a lot of fun painting them, putting them together. I'm going to show you a few tricks of the Armor Woodworks by Mike Way, and hopefully it'll help you sell a little bit more. But let's get started on this. Here we go. All right, don't forget your safety. Always safety first. You don't want to lose an eye. You don't want to damage your ears. So let's make sure we've got this. Enzo, my buddy, my golden retriever, tells me all the time, Pop, put your ear protection on, put your glasses on. Be safe out there, guys. All right, now what we want to do is we want to put these dog ears on all four corners. So easiest way to do it if you're using a miter saw. If not, just take your speed square and put the right angle on it on all 4 corners. But I'm going to match these up on the miter saw and then move my stop block so I can just bump, 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 bump. All right, here we go. 45 degrees. Three boards, 12 inches, fence board, scrap lumber. We're gonna make a pumpkin out of them that we can sell for 25 bucks around there, depending on the area, around 25 bucks. Remember, you want that jingle, jingle, jingle in your pocket for Christmas. Got to get started early. Here we go, peeps. Man, let's take this time right here. Y'all give me that thumbs up. Throw me a comment in the section down here that lets me know which pumpkin you like best. All right, guys, remember, we had 3 dog-eared boards cut, 12 inches tall from a fence board, no fence board. Just sanded them down a little bit. You can or you don't have to. You can or you can't. It's up to you, baby. So what we're going to do is put these together. I'm going to bring you down here with me. All right. A lot of times on Facebook or YouTube or wherever, let's see if I can get this and hold it together. That's what you're going to get, okay? Something like that right there. But we're going to go a step further. Get these lined up. We're going to add a 3rd board to give it a 3D look, then add our stem. And I've got a little special surprise on the back for the stem. So let's glue these together. Oh, I made a little jig. You see that? Back up here with me, Michael Lee. I made a little jig because I've got to back 60 of these things out. So what I want to do, and back down here on the camera, what I want to do is I've cut it 2 3/4 inches so I can just slide it up like that right there. It'll catch the edge, slide it up, and then that way I don't have to do any measuring. All I got to do is put it down. So we're going to glue this one together. Tight bond 3, it's outside. Tight bond 3, it's outside. Can you see me down here? We're going to pop a couple of brad nails in it to help hold that glue. There you go. Now, we're going to flip it over. What we're going to do, a little different, is we're going to set this up, the thickness of one of our boards, because I want to be able to put a stand on it right here to help hold it. So we're going to mark that. and glue. Remember, up 3/4 of an inch, get it in the center. Hey, that's magazine, baby. I'm a rock star with a pumpkin, but let's get this thing painted up. Get the glue off right there. You see what I did? I went too far. I didn't need to go that far. But let's get this thing painted up so we can see how it looks. All right, baby, there's the pumpkin. What you think? I'm telling you, $20, $25 a piece for these things. You get 2 out of a fence board. That is something you can sell for, say, 50 bucks out of a fence board. And you got a $3 fence board, $4 fence board, depending on the area. That's a good amount of profit, baby. So I'm going to bring it up close and show you. You can put a face on it. You can do whatever you want to with it. A face, some different colors. But the surprise is I put a back on it for them to set some gravel in, so or landscaping material, so when you set it down, it sits tight. You don't have to lean it up against something. These can actually be set on the sidewalk. So there you go, baby. Boom! That's the first one you can make some money on and put a jingle in your pocket. There we go, baby. On to the next pumpkin. You ready? All right, let's jump right into this next pumpkin. 2x4s, 1 2x4 stud, 96 inches at your local big box store. You can probably get for under $5. So $5, sell it for $35. I'm telling you, these things will pop off your shelf if you build them right and make them look good. So let's get rolling. This one's a little harder, but you can still do it. I trust you. Here we go. All right, guys, what we're going to do is take that 2x4, 8-foot stud is all you need, 96 inches. You can get 1 pumpkin out of it. Like I said, $5 for the board. Sell them for $35. A set for like $60 is a discount. But you can make them different sizes. But if you want to get 1 pumpkin out of an 8-foot board, what you got to do is cut them at 10 inches. So we're going to cut, let's see, 3, 6, 7, 8 of them at 10 inches and 1 at 12.5, 13 inches. And then we'll get it put together. So I've got a stop block set up on the end of the miter saw for 10 inches so I can batch them out quick, get them sold. This right here is going to be a pumpkin that really stands out because, like I said, it's like 3-dimensional. So here we go. Let's get rolling. All right, what you want to do now is move your stop block in 1 inch from where you had it. So you really, if you set your 2x4 back there, you'd have a 9-inch cut mark. And what we're going to get out of that is that right there. All right. And you're going to do it on both ends. You'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them this way. And 2 of them, you will only cut on one side. Like, take away that. You'd only do it on one side because it's going to bump your stem in the center. All right, guys, we're going to jump over to the belt sander real quick. We're going to round the edges on these a little bit, just give it a more cleaner look. If you don't have a belt sander, it's fine. Just use some sandpaper or an orbital sander. Just clean up the edges and you're good to go. All right, let's get these things put together and have some fun now. I'm telling you, you can pop these things out for $35 a piece. So what we want to do is use Type Bond 3 glue. It's waterproof. These things are going to be sitting outside. So we're going to put it together before we paint it because I want my glue to really stick. And then we're going to take some 2-inch finish nails to put them together and man, we should be good to go. So let's get these things put together and let's do it the Armor Woodworks by Mike way. Here we go, brother. I shortened up, that's why I got one, I don't want to waste it. I shortened up the angle on the stem, but you want to lay your stem down and then remember these two pieces that we only cut the 45 on one side. They're going to bump like that right there. What I do is take one of my pieces, push it together like that, because we're going to set two more like that, dead center. All right, guesstimate it. It's not real hard. You can just guesstimate it because you don't have a lot of room. Couple of fingers on each side. They're pumpkins. They don't have to be perfect. All right, so let's get that glued together. There we go, that's one side. Now we're gonna flip it and do the other side. If you end up with some writing on it, make sure that's on the bottom side so you don't have to sand so much. So let's get that painted up and then we'll go on to the last pumpkin, and that's the easiest one of them all. I painted that joker up quick. All I do is use some orange spray paint and some actually camo green spray paint for the stem because I think it looks better, to be honest with you. Michael Lee even likes it. Mike went and picked it up and dropped it off and he's gone. So this is what it looks like. That's it. Like a 3D. I got to paint the bottom of it, but I didn't want to set it on the table up here with it painted. I tell you, I have fun in here, cuz. All right, but that's them right there. It's an easy build. I used finished screws. It's going to cost you a little bit more money to add to your total cost of your project, but you can use nails. Not a problem. Use nails. I use finished screws because I don't want to do a lot of sanding or have big holes in the front of my pumpkins from the screws. But remember, glue your edges, glue your sides. I'll have a parts list or a cut list in the description down there, baby. And you get to cutting and making some sawdust. Now on to the easiest one we got. It's the last pumpkin in the video. So we're gonna knock it out real quick. You need a 4x4. Here we go. Level the camera, Michael Lee. Michael Lee, Mike. Mike's been running in and out of the shop all day. Or Mike has. Mike's been here the whole time. All right, what I want to do is take this 4x4 I had laying out in the yard from an old fence post, and we're going to cut this joker into 12-inch pieces, and we're going to do something a little special at the end if you want to. But that's what we're going to do, and I'm going to show it to you and how you can change them up to make them your own. So let's get going. I'm going to cut these 12 inches. I tell you what, I'm gonna go 14 inches because I think it'll look better. So 14 inches. That's why it's important to wear them glasses. All right, we're gonna take these. Of course, we're gonna paint them orange. They're pumpkins. But you remember the little pieces you cut. So I should have told you to save them. We can paint these black, these little triangle pieces that we cut off our 2x4s and one fence boards. We can paint them black and make some eyeballs for the pumpkin, and it'd be real easy. So let's go. Here we go. If you got a laser, you just cut out a face. I got a laser. I'm gonna put a face on one of mine. So Here we go. You know, I'm always talking about the Armor Woodworks by Mike Way, and we're going to add something a little special to the top of this 4x4 pumpkin, because we're going to be able to use these for walkway lights, believe it or not. But I got these little lights, if I can put it back together. I got these little lights for $2 a piece, solar lights, $2 and almost $3 at Lowe's. They were on sale, and we're going to put them on top of the pumpkin. Now, I've already built one for my wife, and well, I didn't build it for her, but she stole it from me. You got me, Tracy. But they go on here just like this. I cut this face out of a piece of 1/4-inch birch plywood, I guess it was, on my laser, and put a little face on it. But they turn out pretty cool. So I'm going to show you how I did that. So what we do is we take our 4x4, get down here with me, Michael Lee. We take our 4x4 and our speed square, because we want to mark the center, corner to corner. Thank you for the pencils, Andrew. They're rocking. Draw your line from corner to corner. And I'm using my drill today because I think most people have a drill, but measure your, get down here, boy. I'm using my drill today because most people have a drill. Not everybody's got a drill press. I've got a drill press, but I'm going to show you how to do this. So center up your 4x4 like I told you with the X, and then you're going to just drill it down. Making a mess on my tabletop here. It's all right, I clean it up, baby. I got vacuum cleaners. They suck real good. So what you would do is these things are gonna come with a long stem. I think I got one, but you can cut that with a little handsaw or something, and they just sit right in there, and there you go. Drop it, baby. It is. Remember, you need to measure your stake diameter so you know what size drill bit to use also. But once you get it in, that's what it'll do. And once they charge, it's pretty cool. And they light up at night. So I think that's a pretty cool build. But all you have to do with that pumpkin is, look, you can use them at the campsite. I love to go camping. We're going to take those camping with us. You can just line your campsite with them. You can change that 4x4 up all year long. Christmas or whatever, or just paint it whatever color you want to, wherever you're going, camping at. So that's a cool little idea that you can use all year long, not just at Halloween. But we've got our hole cut in there. Now we're going to paint it, and I've already painted the eyes that we cut the angles, the 45s, off our fence boards and our 2x4s that we're going to use to make them out. While the other guy's driving over there, I'm going to put this one on the back of the one I built for my wife, and we're going to just design a little face. However it works out, that's the way it's going to be. So let's see how we're going to do this. Michael Lee was hiding it from me, that fool. That's what I'm gonna do, but you can do it anyway. You can move these around, you can make it straight. You can go with it like that right there, baby. Michael Lee said he liked that one. I'm crazy, man, I'm crazy. All right, that's a wrap, guys. That's 3 easy pumpkins. You had this one, just 3 cuts on a fence board. That's all it took. I put a little base on the back with my stem, but you had that one. And we did the heavy one out of 1 2x4, 10-inch cuts and a 12.5-inch, 13-inch cut for the stem. Like I said, the parts and cut list will be in the descriptions. Watch out where you're walking, Michael Lee. The crazy face pumpkin for the sidewalks. We did 5 or 6 of these, I think, for the sidewalk coming up and up the steps at the house. But I cut out using a laser. I've got several different faces, but they light up at night, put a little glow around it. It's kind of cool. So with that said, each project right there is less than an $8 board that you can sell for 35 or 40 bucks. Get out there and make some sawdust. I promise you, you can do it. Don't doubt yourself. And always remember, Jesus loves you. Don't click, that's a blooper right there, baby. Don't forget to click one of these videos at the end and watch some of my other videos. Got some great videos out there. Thank y'all for watching. Like I said, Jesus loves you. Share this video with somebody. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you'd like me to do next. I'm here for the DIY guys, even the seasoned woodworkers. I'm here for you guys. If there's anything we can answer together, we're going to figure it out and do it. Click one of the videos at the end. I've got a lot of other videos out there that could help you out and make some decisions for you. Tool reviews all the way down to other builds. So we'll check you next time. This is Mike from Armor Woodworks. Thanks for watching, guys. We out of here. All right, you can turn the camera off, Michael Lee. Michael Lee. That boy done fell asleep. We'll see y'all.